want to know if I can take this seriously.
What do you need to take us seriously?
Mr. Aronofsky, a true honor to be here. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Having me.
Absolutely. I was reading that you were East Village neighbors with author Charlie Huston back in the 1990s without necessarily even realizing it.
I didn't know that.
You two had apartments that were close together, but you didn't necessarily run into each other deliberately. How does it feel to bring it like full circle here in 2025?
That's funny, actually. I didn't actually put that together. Look, I mean, the thing about New York City is so many people constantly passing each other and connecting and not connecting in so many different ways.
Very much so. The camera work you do in this film, Caught Stealing, is an absolute masterclass. There were two shots that stuck out to me. It's the moment when Austin Butler as Hank is referred to as superstar, and you slowly zoom out, kind of creating distance between that label as he gets more into his adult life and separates himself from baseball. And then there's also the wide zoom shot going down the alley in the Lower East Side as he's going down the fire escape and just kind of establishing he's going into this larger world, more larger than he's ever realized in his adult life. When you're making those camera choices, are you aware of the narrative ties you're putting to them, or is it just kind of a cool shot with a cool line of dialogue?
So, go back and watch the movie again, because from when he takes the first drink, the camera is pulling out of every single shot through that whole sequence until the drunk sequence over. So it's not just one shot. It's like the whole idea was like to pull away and to retreat away from him. It was just a way of doing it that like allowed us to sort of feel the separation from him as a person. So you got the idea right. I don't know, it's just like you kind of think about, you have a scene, and I have a mentor who would always tell me, like, grammatically, there's only one place to stick the camera. And that's something I always search for when actors sort of perform what's in front of me. For the scene, we slowly start to kind of think about how the camera is going to kind of help to tell the story. So when we started to do the drunk scene, it was really tricky because it's just very hard to like, there was a lot of drama going in that scene, and it was like, how are we going to kind of portray this and give the sense of the audience of him losing himself?
Wow, I'm excited to watch it for a second time because, like I said, I pick up on a couple, but there's a whole framework to go through.
Hopefully, I mean, me and Maddie spend a lot of time kind of trying to figure out what is the most kind of precise way to get the scene that also helps to push the emotion forward.
Yeah, and it helps working with such dynamic actors. You have very seasoned talent in this film, like Austin Butler and Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
But a performance that stuck out to me was Bad Bunny, because he started to break into film, but this is arguably his most serious role to date. Very different from what he performed in Happy Gilmore 2. I'd love to know about working with Bad Bunny and what surprised you the most about him as an actor.
He was very serious, and he was very committed and not a diva in any way. Like we were shooting night scenes, stuck in a bar on a Friday, Saturday night, so like having him go out onto the street was probably a bad idea, and he was just willing to fully just like hang out and chill and become part of the team. He saw the film for the first time last week, and for me, the personal compliment is he felt like it was the first character where he had kind of disappeared in the movie, and it wasn't necessarily like him there, but it was a character.
Yeah, I felt that way about Austin too, as Hank Thompson, because this is arguably his most human role since that leading man explosion he had in 2022.
Sure.
There's so much of Austin in this role, yet he just morphs into who Hank is.
Yeah.
Did you feel that same way as the director?
Absolutely. I mean, he's great. And that was the exact intention of kind of casting him, was like, he has played these characters, but like, how do we show more of who he is?
I'll wrap with this. Music is such a key element of your films. Requiem for a Dream has the most magnificent score I've ever heard, and that movie haunts me. It's crazy to listen to that for fun, per se. Talk to me about the music element in this movie, specifically the composing.
Yeah, well, of course, there's tons of great needle drops in the film because it's 1998 New York, and there's all different types of music, from electronic to pop to rock, but I always felt like the film would really benefit from a house band, and that's when I got the idea of working with Idols, this kind of post-punk band that I'm a big fan of, and they were super excited. And so they wrote a bunch of songs for the movie that are all through the chase scenes and the action scenes in the film, but then I needed also a score, and I went back to Rob Simonson, who worked with me on The Whale and Postcard from Earth, and together we just sort of started to dream up a score that he wrote, and then we had this idea, what if the Idols actually perform it? And so every piece of music that's not a needle drop is from Idols.
Hell yeah, this film is such a shot of adrenaline. Congrats on another
Thank you,
amazing
man.
picture.
I've got to fly back to London. I need you to take care of my cat.
I like cats.
I like dogs.